Okay, now I have to start fifth unit students. In fifth unit, topic name is disaster management, application and case studies and field works. We have to see one by one in case studies. First case study is earthquake vulnerability. To provide students an exposure to disasters, what the significance and the types. Okay, to understand the relationship between vulnerability, disaster, and disaster prevention and risk reduction. To gain a preliminary understanding of approaches of disaster risk reduction, that is DRR concepts, to enhance awareness of institutional process in the country, to develop rudimentary ability to respond to their surrounding with potential disaster response in area where they live with due sensitivity. Okay. Next one, what are the causes outcomes? First cause outcomes, the different types of disasters, causes, impact on environment and society. Second one, various approaches to disaster risk reduction measures as well as mitigation. Third cause, vulnerability of disasters, interrelationship between disasters and development. Fourth cause unit, disaster risk management scenarios in India context. Cause outcomes 5, draw the hazard and vulnerability profile of India, scenarios in the India context, disaster damage assessment and management. Okay. Now we have to go for prerequisites. Prerequisites means before disasters, what do you do? That we know that foundation course. The concepts pertaining to service are dealt with from scratch. Learning units and cognitive levels. We have to see 6 units. Factors affecting vulnerability, highest cognitive level aimed. Understand, describe. Differentiate impact, understand, describe. Impact of development projects such as dams, embankments, changes in land use, understand, describe. Climate change adaptations, understand, describe. IPCC scenarios and scenarios in the context of India, understand, describe. Relevance of indigenous knowledge, appropriate technology and local resource, understand, describe. Okay, these are all the learning units and the cognitive levels. Now we have to go for last one. You have to see last slide. You have to see cognitive levels. Now we have to see 10 durations. Factors affecting same thing, same topics you have to given, but course duration is be there. Industry contribution is there. Factors affecting vulnerabilities 1 hour. Industrial contributions 1 hour. Differential impact 1 hour. Industrial contribution 1 hour. Impact of development projects such as dams, embankment changes in land use 2 hours. Industry contributions 1 hour. Climate change adaptations 1 hour. Course hour. Industry contribution 1 hour. IPCC scenarios and scenarios in the context of what? Sorry, context of India 1 hour. Industrial contribution 1 hour. Relevance of indigenous knowledge, appropriate technology and local resource 1 hour. Industry contributions 1 hour. Okay. Now we have to go for on completion of this course, the students will be able to differentiate the types of disaster causes and the impact on environment and society. Various approaches to disaster risk reduction measures as well as mitigations. Vulnerabilities of disasters, interrelationship between disasters and development. Disaster risk management scenarios in the context of India. Draw the hazard and vulnerability profile of India scenarios in Indian context, disaster damage assessment and management. Now we have to go for mapping to program outcomes, course outcomes. You have to see and program outcomes. In course outcomes, what is a disaster? Explain how disasters affect normal business. Describe a disaster life cycle. Explain how disasters are described. What is in the disaster life cycle? Or you understand the national disaster management, or understand incidents, program outcomes. Describe the process being followed for any development or support endeavor. Explain how disasters are to be managed. Describe the standard and frameworks used to manage service. Describe the standard process in disaster management. Describe service management based on government policy work. Describe approach adopted for performing any task pertaining to the role. Identify opportunities for improvement in daily core of task. Now we have to go for what are the lab requirements used in students. We need a desktop laptop. We need a desktop or laptop with MS Office and a PDF readers. Students will use PDF reader to view the reading materials. Student will use MS Office to submit assignments and quiz program. Okay. Now we have to go for factors affecting vulnerabilities. In factors affecting vulnerability, uh, first of all, what is vulnerability? We know that it can be defined as diminished capacity of individual or group to anticipate, cope with, resist, and recovery from impact of a natural or man-made hazard. As per the definition adopted by UNISDR, hazard is a dangerous phenomenon. It may causes loss of life, injury or other health impact, property damage, loss of livelihoods, and service, social and economic disruptions. Okay, vulnerabilities. Heightened vulnerability to disaster risk can be related to expanding population, urbanization and industrialization, development within high risk zones, environmental degradations, and climate change. Okay, now humans say, now we have to go for next one, human differential impacts. Human differential impacts, we have to see the economically and socially weaker segments of the population are most seriously affected. Within the vulnerable groups, elderly person, women, children, especially women, redundant, destitute, children serpent on account of disasters, differentially able to persons are exposed to higher risk. Okay, now we have to go for other factors of disasters. Already, besides the natural factors discussed earlier, various human-induced activities like increasing demographic pressure, deteriorating environmental conditions, deforestations, unscientific developments, faulty agriculture practice, and grazing, unplanned urbanization, construction of large dams and river channels, etc., are also responsible for escalator impact and increasing frequency of disaster in the country. Okay, now we have to go for vulnerability atlas. In vulnerability atlas, we have to go for BMTPC. BMTPC stands for Building Materials and Technology Promotion Council. Has comes out with vulnerability atlas of India as a tool for formulating proactive policies, strategies, and programs to face the threats caused due to natural hazard. The hazard vulnerability maps of India. One is earthquake, flood, wind, and cyclone. Discussed in the previous union in the length. Next, we have to go for environmental hazard leads to various disasters related to environmental change, environmental hazard. Second one, you have to go for what is the second one? Disaster risk. Third one, you have to go for hydrometeorological disaster. Fourth one, you have to go for social economic vulnerability. Fifth one, you have to go for environmental housing vulnerability. Sixth one, you have to go for humanitarian disasters. Okay, we have to see now primary disaster risk reduction points, second one hazard control points, third one disaster points, fourth one development points, fifth one disaster impact points, sixth one disaster relief and rehabilitation points. Okay, this is the diagram represent for environmental hazard leads to various disasters related with environmental change. Next, we have to go for vulnerability atlas. In vulnerability atlas, 40 million hectares are prone to flood, 8 million hectares affected by flood every year. Brahmaputra and Gangetic basins are most flown or most flood prone to areas. Northwest region of west flowing rivers, Krishna, Kaveri, Mahanadi or other flood prone areas. Next, you have to go for vulnerability atlas cyclones. In India, 7,506 kilometers long coastal lines, of which 5,700 kilometers are prone to cyclones. 8% of the country areas and one third of its population live in 13 coastal states and United States, encompassing 84 coastal districts, are vulnerable to cyclones. Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, West Bengal, Pondicherry on east coast, and Gujarat on the west coast are more prone to cyclones. You have to see we have to see cyclones occurs in the month of May, June, October, November with the primary peaks in November and the secondary peaks in May. We have to see two peaks available in cyclones. One is primary peak, another one is secondary peak. In primary peaks in November, secondary peaks in May. Okay. Next one, drought vulnerabilities. Drought vulnerability, 68% of the net area sown in the country are prone to drought. Out of this, 33% is chronically drought prone, receiving rainfall less than 750 mm per annum. 35% drought prone that receive rainfall between 750 to 1125 mm per annum. Now we have to go for vulnerability landslides. About 25% of the total geographical area of India is prone to landslides. Entire Himalayas, northeastern region, western Ghats are perennially affected by landslides. Next one, seismic zonation mapping. Seismic zonation map of India. Seismic zone. We have 5 zones will be there. percentage area under different seismic zones. Fifth zone area 12 percentage. Fourth zone fourth zone 18 percentage area affected, 18 percentage area. Third zone 27 percentage area under different seismic zone. Second seismic zone 43 percentage area under different seismic zone. Okay. Now we have to go for physical vulnerabilities. In physical vulnerabilities, it also depends on geographic proximity to the source and origin of the disasters. Okay. Now, physical vulnerability, it includes the difficulty in access to water resource, means of communications, hospitals, police stations, fire, bridge, dog roads, etc. Then, if, for example, I give, if an area lies near the coastal lines, faulty lines, unstable hills, etc., it makes the area more vulnerable to disease as compared to other areas that is far away from the origin of the disasters. Okay. Next one, economic vulnerability. In economical vulnerability, we know that it can be assessed by determining how varied its source of income or the easy of access and control over means of production. For example, farmland, livestock, irrigation, capital, adequacy of economic fallback mechanism, and the availability of natural resources in the areas. Okay. Now we have to go for social vulnerabilities. In social vulnerability, we have weak family structures, lack of leadership for decision making, conflict resolutions, unequal participation in decision makings, weak or no community organizations, and the one in which people are discriminated on racial, ethnic, linguistic, or religious basis, or other social factors such as culture, traditions, religion, local norms and values, economic standard, and political accountability also play a vital role determining the social vulnerabilities. Next one, attitudinal vulnerability. Attitudinal vulnerability, what is meant by attitude vulnerability? It has negative attitude towards change, and then it lacks initiative in life, resultingly become more and more depending on external supports. They can't act independently. This bring about disunity and individualism in the society. They become victims of conflicts, hopelessness, and pessimism, which reduce the capacity of vulnerability. Okay. Now we have to go for hazard and vulnerability assessment. In this tabular column, we have to see major themes, centers, responsibility centers, state, responsibility states. Hazard, risk vulnerability assessment, National Disaster Management Authority, National Institute of Disaster Management, most DST, CSIR, responsibility centers, promote studies, provide guidelines, studies on vulnerability covering social, economic, ecological, gender and equality aspects, change in vulnerability and risk under climate change scenarios. In state, we have to see United States State Disaster Management Authority, Revenue Department, District Disaster Management Authority, Panchayat, union local bodies undertake a human resource undertake hazard resource vulnerability hazard as a part of a preparing and periodic revision of disaster management plans and for development planning. Okay. Now we have to go for difference between vulnerability versus manageability. Vulnerability, first one, number of people exposed by the hazard. To increase the factors area covered by the hazard, dose or intensity of power of the hazard, time duration, frequency, manageability, factors that reduce risk, affluence of population, coping mechanism, knowledge and practice of population, technology available to the populations. This is the difference. Okay. Now you have to see disaster management. This is the disaster management cycle. That is already we know that mitigation, preparation, response, recovery. In mitigations, you have to see capacity building, and then preparation, pre-impact, response, emergencies, restorations, and recover the people, reconstructions. Okay, this is the disaster management cycle. Next one, major disaster in India in the year of 1992 2005. And you have to see the tabular column, and then we have to see the disasters, loss of lives, loss of property. In the period of 1991, Uttaragazi earthquake attacked 2000 people's dead, 2000 crores loss. In the period of 1993, Latur earthquake attacked 9500 loss of people, loss of property 6000 crores. In the period of 1997, Jabalpur earthquakes 200 people's loss of lives, loss of property 5,000. In the period of 1990